In 6 years, Jeff Bezos is on track to become the world's first trillionaire. This is not something that we should celebrate. While Jeff Bezos has made $24 billion during this pandemic, Amazon workers' pay is being cut at the end of May. It's immoral, it's wrong. Income inequality sucks!
So first of all, I just want to say that I completely agree with what this guy was saying about how nobody should have this much money. I know it's not actually how much money he has. It's more of like, it's not like how much pocket money he has. Nobody should have $1 trillion. Nobody should have this much money. You see, like, you look at these people. They have their net worth is 107 billion. 36 billion, 150 billion. I don't think people should have this much money. Nothing in this world costs that much. So I don't understand why people need that much money. I agree with that. Am I saying they don't deserve it? No, of course they deserve it. You don't get to where you are without working hard. You know, these guys, they have this much money. They built successful businesses. They have successful companies. They are successful. They have money because they work hard. I'm not saying they don't deserve it. Of course they do. So one of the guy's arguments was that Jeff Bezos was going to become the world's first trillionaire in 5 or 6 years. Now, this sum of money is not how much money he has. He's the CEO of Amazon, so it's basically how much money Amazon makes per year, which, as you would expect, is a lot of money. If you look at this statistic right here, so Bezos' annual salary is only $81,000. Most of his wealth comes from his Amazon shares because he's literally the CEO of Amazon. So basically, his net worth is combined with Amazon's net worth. So it doesn't mean he's going to have $1 trillion of pocket money. It's his companies combined with his own money. But his own money is nowhere near how much his company is worth. So you might ask, if he makes 81 grand a year, how is he going to become a trillionaire? Well, the answer is very simple. Amazon is and will be like the biggest shopping platform in the entire world. It's the future. It's the present and the future of shopping. So of course, its market value is going to grow. This is very misleading. He's not going to become a trillionaire. His stocks are. It's the biggest shopping platform on earth. So of course it's going to succeed. And that will make him a trillionaire. And then, see, you've got articles like this, which is really, really misleading. You talk about American billionaires got 434 billion richer. You know why? It's because people are buying from Amazon. Like, if you read this article, it actually doesn't even tell you why they got the surge of money. Now, I don't know either. I don't want to make any assumptions, but I'm assuming it's because, you know, with the coronavirus pandemic, people are staying home more, which means they will online shop more and they will go on the internet more, which is why people like Mark Zuckerberg are having bigger gains, because Facebook, although it's a free platform, they rely on ads, and because people are going on the internet more, they're going to see more ads. That's why they're gaining more money. It's not like they're doing some like secret black market trading for coronavirus cures or something, and like buying out all the masks and all the toilet papers in the world. It's not what's going on here. It's because people spend more time on the internet. At least I'm assuming that's what happens, because if you read this, this article literally just blames billionaires for having money. It doesn't actually tell you why they're gaining money from the pandemic, which I assume is because people are spending more time on the internet. And then when people see this article, they demand these billionaires to pay for the coronavirus, which, fair enough. Like, they're making a lot of money and the economy is going downhill every single day, which, yeah, that makes sense. But the thing is, if they were going to pay this money, they don't have this much money in hand. This is all in stocks. It's all in like how much shares they own in their individual companies. And if they were to get this money out, they would have to sell those shares. They would have to give a percentage of their company away, which if you owned a company and somebody came up to you and was like, okay, you got to pay for this global pandemic. So how you're going to do this is you're going to sell a portion of your company that you spent your entire life working and building. Are you going to do that? And then another thing that people get mad at is how little tax billionaires pay. I understand. Like, they have that much money. Why aren't they paying that many taxes? Is because you look at this. Their income is only $81,000, but their income is only $81,000 a year. So you pay tax based on your salary. You know, you're not paying tax based on your net worth. That's not what's going on here. You're paying tax based on your yearly income. Like, Amazon obviously pay a lot of tax because they're a company, and as a company you make revenue and you also have to pay a bit of tax. There are no ways to get past this, like offshore accounts or something like that. Amazon's one of the biggest companies on earth. I don't think they're gonna commit tax fraud. You ask why he doesn't pay that much tax? Because his annual salary isn't higher than most of America. So there are two ways you can look at this. Do people deserve to have this much money? Of course they do. They work hard. You take a person like Elon Musk. He works hard. He built SpaceX, Tesla. Like, he's one of the only people on earth that can do that. He's a genius, right? His mind is just above everybody else's. Do they deserve to have this much money? Of course they do. They work hard. If you work hard, if you're an entrepreneur and you make something that everybody loves. For example, like Jeff Bezos with Amazon. He made a platform where people can online shop, sell, and do everything. This is a good platform. He deserves to have this much money because he is a visionary, right? He deserves to have this much money. But the other way you can look at this is, do people really need this much money? Like, do people even need $1 billion? As an individual, do you really need that much money? You don't need this much money. These are two different concepts. One, do they deserve this money? And two, do they need this money? They obviously deserve this money because everybody uses Amazon. I love how many people out there, they despise billionaires, but at the same time, they go out and shop at Walmart, McDonald's, Amazon, like these companies where the CEOs have billions of dollars of net worth. By shopping there, by shopping on Amazon, you're making these people richer. So again, do they deserve this money? Of course they do. They're visionaries. But do they need this money? I think if you have $1 billion, that is enough. That sets you for life. Like, having maybe $1 or $2 million sets you for life. I don't understand why you need $1 billion. Another thing the guy talked about in this video was income inequality. Now, income inequality, I think what the guy meant was how different jobs pay different amounts, which is kind of ridiculous because if you look at the requirements of becoming a doctor, you need a bachelor's degree. You know how long a bachelor degree takes? 4 years. Do you want to know the requirements of becoming a McDonald's worker? Look, it is very easy to get a job at McDonald's. You literally don't need any requirements at all. So do you think that being a doctor is at the same level as being an employee at McDonald's is ridiculous? When you talk about the job market, it's about irreplaceability. The jobs that pay the most are jobs that not everybody can do. Why does it take so much to become a doctor? It's because not everybody has the time, has the effort, has the determination to go 4 years without pay and have like mountain loads of student debt to become a doctor. Not everybody has the courage to do that, which if you have a bachelor's degree, like, props to you. Like, I respect you. However, when you look at becoming a McDonald's worker, it's very easy to get replaced. Because there are no requirements. You don't need anything. You can be like 15, 16 years old and you can go get a job at McDonald's and make like $12 an hour. Well, when you talk about sports players, the biggest complaint about sports players is that they make a lot of money, which I agree, they make a lot of money. But the thing is, these people are irreplaceable at what they're doing. Like, you see people like Cristiano Ronaldo, LeBron James, Sidney Crosby. These guys are at the top levels of their respective sports, because they're the best in the game. Nobody is as good as them. Nobody can be compared with them. In their job market, they're at the top level. They're performing at the top level. They're the best players in their respective games. So when you ask why people like Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, Bloomberg, or someone like Bill Gates, why they're so rich, is because they're irreplaceable. They're visionaries. They come up with these ideas that are genius, that everybody loves, because they're literally irreplaceable. Anybody can come up with these ideas. Like I said before, the job market is about being irreplaceable. These guys, they make so much money because they're literally irreplaceable. The person in the video also talked about how Amazon is cutting Amazon workers' pays, which in my opinion is pretty scummy if that's true. But you know why companies like Amazon can afford to lay off their workers? Companies like this, why they can afford to lay off workers is because their workers are not talented. Their workers are very replaceable. All you do at Amazon is you get a box, you drive a car, and you throw the box at a house. That is not talent. Anybody can do that. Anybody who has a driver's license, a pair of hands, like a pair of eyes, they can do that. They're not irreplaceable. They are very easily replaceable. I understand it's scummy to lay off workers, to decrease your workers' pays, and I understand that unfortunately some people in our world are forced to work minimum wage and essential worker jobs. But the next time you complain about things like income gap or the minimum wage being too low, I want you to understand that it's never too late to go get a degree, because by getting a degree, you become truly irreplaceable. Not everybody can be like you and get a degree like that. As a society, we're lucky to have been given equal opportunity. And if you have the time, the money, the determination to go get the degree and to become a stable worker and get a stable job, then I respect you, because not everybody can become irreplaceable.